It's all about the opinions, baby.
What you wanna do? Wanna be hackers, cold crackers, slackers?
Hello, friends. Yes, it's me, David. Yeah, you have no clue who I am. That's alright. If you've ever watched When Geeks Collide, or that's pretty much it. That one thing where I'm bowling, or that one thing on my friend's page where I'm eating salt and pepper, or, well, anyway, moving on. Hi, I'm David. I'm going to be your host for this episode of the Geek tutorial. And, come here. First of all, there are several things you need in order to be a geek. First of all, you need a computer. It's kind of hard to be a geek without a computer. Although, if you're watching this, you probably have a computer because, well, unless you have an iPod or an iPhone. Well, anyway, you also need a cat. Cats come in handy. They meow a lot. Cat? Anyway, so you have to have a cat. Also, having a cell phone comes in handy. Particularly one of, well, okay, the cat can go away. One of high technology, such as this one, which is not really, but it does get internet access. Plus, it has to look kind of cool. Other things to have, let's see, a computer. I already mentioned that. Well, anyway, the point of this show, if it's not obvious yet, which it probably isn't, the point of this show will be to teach you non-geeks, or the geeks that are kind of geeky but not quite there yet, or the people that simply are not completely computer literate, how to work with their computers and do all kinds of things. We're going to cover everything from the basics of computers, from, you know, what a computer is, down to how a computer works, programming your computer, writing web pages, working with Windows, working with Microsoft Windows, Microsoft Office, some of the Adobe software, including Adobe Premiere. Networking. Let's see, what else? Let's look at magic shelf over here. Programming. Yeah, this bet. Okay. Oh, the magic shelf. Let me show you what the magic shelf is. This is the magic shelf. The magic shelf includes a bunch of books and things from, well, pretty much about all about computers. We've got Red Hat Linux over here, the Windows Registry Guide for Windows XP, Direct 3D Programming. That's an old book. 132 System Services, blah blah blah. C++ shell programming, Visual C6, C++ 4. Again, another old book. Learn Java Now, another old book. This is Visual C Sharp.net. We'll get into that much later. Introduction to Computer Programming. This is Visual Basics .net. Over here we've got game programming, which covers C++ and just game programming in general. This is 3ds Max at a glance. We've got Manual to Windows 3.0. Let's see. Over here we've got the VB Programmer's Guide to the Win32 API. We'll talk about that later. Over here, we've got Logic Designer's Guide. We'll get into that when we start talking about circuit design. Let's see. Oh, must-haves of any computer geek. There are several must-haves that any computer geek has to have. well, any geek in general. First of all, you have to have The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy by Douglas Adams. You have to have it. This is all 6 stories, including some others. That's a must-have. Also, Brief History of Time by Stephen Hawking. Also a must-have. Let's see. Alrighty. Now, this is something that you might want to have, the Simpsons Uncensored Family album, but that's not a requirement. Over here, on this end, these come in handy, in general. These are little quick study guides. There's C++ guide, weights and measures, business law, circuit analysis, VB.net. I've got a couple others buried somewhere. But those come in handy to have just for general use. Okay. Let me stick these somewhere. Also, this. Oop, well, that fell. Mel Brooks collection. That is very important as a geek. Geeks have to stay entertained. And finally, not a book, but something almost as important. Actually, before we talk about that, we go over here to the backpack. The backpack contains something every person using hardware should have, or going to deal with hardware. A standard tiny Black & Decker toolkit, which includes the all-important... Let me try that again. The all-important screwdriver set. You have to have a screwdriver. If you don't have a screwdriver, you don't get anywhere. You will need a size 2, a number 2 screw bit. Phillips, because everything you do in a computer will probably involve this. You might also want to have a set of stars, and you also might want to have a set of ratchets. Also to come in handy in case you're going to mod a case, you might want to have some drill bits. Those come in handy also. I know it looks kind of strange, doesn't really look like much, but you've got everything from a screwdriver to pliers to a soldering iron, desoldering braid, solder, ratchet set, tongs, a mini tool, or a tool grabber thing. Everything in here you need as a computer geek in one way or another, especially if you're going to be doing hardware work at all. We're probably going to be working with the Black & Decker set a lot because it's just a little bit easier to use. When we get into soldering and some other things, we'll start dealing with this. 2 other things you're going to need. First of all, you will need a Dr. Pepper. If you don't have any Dr. Pepper, get some Pepsi. If you don't have any Pepsi, get some Coke. Yeah. Or Mountain Dew, but probably not Mountain Dew. Mountain Dew doesn't taste as good as Dr. Pepper. Dr. Pepper is the choice of geeks. Or Pepsi. Also, flash drive. Any geek needs a flash drive. If you don't have a flash drive, get a flash drive. This is a 2 gig flash drive. We also have a 4 gig flash drive. Flash drives are very important. You need to store data. You need to keep it with you. You need to take it with you wherever you need to go. Flash drive. Last but not least. Where did it go? Where did it go? Where did it go? Oh yes, don't forget to be forgetful. Something to snack on. Geeks live off of 2 things. Dr. Pepper and snacks. You have to have one of the 2. Preferably a healthy snack, kind of like pumpkin seeds. Pumpkin seeds are kind of healthy. Not really, but they're kind of healthy. This concludes this episode. Not really, this concludes the first part of this episode. We're going to say this concludes this episode. So, we'll see you on the next episode where we'll actually talk about computers instead of just what it takes to be a geek. But see you in the next episode, and
Mowing my front lawn.